UFC Fight Night 83 Cowboy vs. Cowboy features Donald Cerrone taking on Alex Oliveira on Sunday, February 21st at the Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There are 6 fights on the main card, which will be shown on Fox Sports 1, and 7 fights on the preliminary card. In Fight 1, Donald Cerrone is at odds of -270 versus Alex Oliveira. Donald Cerrone is 20-7 in his career, including 15-4 in the UFC, while Alex Oliveira is 14-2-1, including 3-1 in the UFC. Donald Cerrone has finished his opponents 20 times, with 15 submissions and 5 knockouts. Cerrone had won 8 straight fights before losing to Rafael dos Anjos late last year. Oliveira has finished his opponents almost every time. He has 9 knockouts and 3 submissions in his 14 wins. He made his UFC debut with a loss to Gilbert Burns, but he bounced back to win his next 3 in the UFC, but none of the fighters he faced were in the class of Cerrone. This is a very tough spot for Oliveira, who is replacing Tim Means. Cerrone should simply outclass Oliveira and get the win, likely by submission. In Fight 2, Derek Brunson is at odds of -355 versus Ron Carneiro. Brunson comes into this bout at 14-3, including 5-1 in the UFC, while Carneiro is 30-9 and 3-3 in the UFC. This will be the first fight for Carneiro in about a year, as he is coming back from an elbow injury. In Fight 3, John Lineker is at odds of -150 versus Cody Garbrandt. Lineker is 26-7, including 7-2 in the UFC, while Garbrandt is unbeaten at 7-0, including 2-0 in the UFC. Fight 4 has Dennis Bermudez at odds of -330 versus Tatsuya Kawahiri. Bermudez is 14-5 in his career, including 7-3 in the UFC, while Kawahiri is 35-8-2, including 3-1 in the UFC. Fight 5 has Chris Camozzi versus Joe Riggs. Camozzi is 22-10 in his career, while Riggs enters this bout with a record of 41-16. In the final Fight 6, James Krause is at odds of -155 versus Shane Campbell. Krause is 22-7 in his career, including 3-3 in the UFC, while Campbell is 12-3 in his career and 1-1 in the UFC.